Welcome to this short video highlighting Chapter 5 of Bob Cochran's second book, Hyperdimensional You, Surfing the Shift Towards Mastery. If you find the material interesting, much greater detail may be found within the book, which is available on Amazon.com in either paperback or e-reader form. Let's get started. Chapter 5, The Great Awakening. Welcome to what spiritual researcher Bob Cochran calls the shift. A time when the cosmic veils that have kept humanity in a perpetual state of spiritual amnesia are getting thinner. For centuries, these veils have kept people from remembering their life's mission, hidden their support team of unseen guides and ancestors, and made subtle energies in and around us about as detectable as a ninja in a darkroom. But according to Cochran's research, Earth's residents chose to incarnate during this special time when these barriers are finally lifting. It's like getting a cosmic software upgrade. The four-cylinder human. Here's where things get interesting. Cochran suggests that most people are walking around like 8-cylinder car engines, with only 3 or 4 cylinders functioning. They're wondering why everyone else seems to climb life's hills with the confidence of a mountain goat, while they're huffing and puffing. The culprit? Somewhere in childhood, usually after someone laughed at their finger painting, or they got kicked out of the cool kids' lunch table. Their subconscious mind made a brilliant deduction. Being different equals danger. Creative brilliance equals exile from the safety of the group. Therefore, I shall wall off my superpowers and live as a mere mortal. It's like having a Ferrari, but choosing to drive in only first gear because second gear isn't seen as cool. The result? A life spent wondering why some people are leaving you in the dust. The great veil thinning. When deception gets awkward. As the cosmic veils thin, something fascinating is happening. People are increasingly developing what Cochran calls truth-sensing ability, basically becoming human lie detectors without a polygraph machine. This is particularly inconvenient for institutions that have built their entire business model on the assumption that manipulations and deceptions could remain hidden indefinitely. It's like watching someone try to do a magic trick when everyone can see the strings. Awkward doesn't begin to cover it. The assumption that thoughts are private and fleeting is getting an uncomfortable reality check, as more people realize that all thoughts are permanently recorded in what some call the cosmic filing system. The self-sovereignty revolution, taking back your remote control. Enter the concept of self-sovereignty, essentially giving yourself permission to be the CEO of your own life, instead of letting others pre-chew your information like you're a baby bird. Cochran points out that most people have outsourced their thinking to what he calls pre-choosers, organizations and individuals who decide in advance what's important and what you should think about it. It's like letting someone else hold your TV remote and trusting them to pick all your shows. Self-sovereigns, on the other hand, do their own research, arrive at their own conclusions, and occasionally spot the cosmic ironies that make this whole game interesting, like how closing your eyes in meditation helps you see more clearly, or how healing your past can upgrade your future. It's as if the universe has a sense of humor and enjoys watching people figure out its riddles. The toxic fear epidemic. Cochran distinguishes between tonic fear, the kind that actually helps you grow, like the nervousness before asking someone out or applying for that dream job, and toxic fear, which is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Toxic fear is the artificial variety that people consume through their entertainment and information choices. It's like choosing to drink poison because it comes in a pretty bottle. This type of fear doesn't require any real courage to face. It just sits there, degrading peace of mind and making people increasingly paranoid and mistrustful. The result? Becoming worried about the wrong things, like the zombie apocalypse, almost as if throwing you off the scent serves someone's agenda. It's like being scared of house cats, while completely ignoring the lion in the room. The chakra solar panel system, getting your energy grid online. Cochran introduces the concept that humans have access to virtually unlimited cosmic energy. Think of it as having solar panels for your body. But here's the catch. Most people's chakra solar panels are either disconnected, facing the wrong direction, or covered in the spiritual equivalent of bird droppings. Optimizing personal energy involves showing up as what Cochran calls a self-sovereign hyperdimensional being. someone who is present in the now with an open heart, grounded in their body, maintaining high vibration thoughts, balanced and synergizing with others, both seen and unseen. It sounds like a tall order, but it's basically the difference between running on AA batteries versus being plugged into the power grid. The irony, most people normalize skimping along with only a few spark plugs firing, wondering why life feels like pushing a shopping cart with a wonky wheel. The 4-quadrant life map. Cochran presents a fascinating 4-quadrant map for navigating life's journey. Most of humanity, he suggests, spends their time in the lower left quadrant, operating from their lower nature, fear-based and body-focused, while prioritizing comfort and safety over truth. The goal is to progress toward the upper right quadrant, where love meets courage, and people have the audacity to prioritize truth over comfort. This is where the really cool stuff in life happens, like being able to forgive people who don't ask for it, recognize truth without proof, and perform first-person research instead of accepting hand-me-down conclusions. It's the difference between being a spiritual tourist who stays with the pre-decided guided tour and being an explorer who makes their own map. The Forgiveness Fitness Program. Mental Hygiene for the Soul. Perhaps one of Cochran's most practical insights involves what he calls forgiveness fitness. He points out that most people confuse forgiving with absolving. Forgiveness, in his view, is more like taking out the toxic emotional garbage. It's primarily for your own hygiene, health, and longevity. Holding on to grievances is like taking poison and waiting for the other person to get sick. His 3-step process is elegantly simple. Don't take the bait, switch to neutral observer mode when you do take the bait, and end each day with an energy-cleansing visualization. It's like having a spiritual shower before bed, washing away the day's accumulated irritations. The truth about proof when evidence is misleading. In what might be his most mind-bending insight, Cochran tackles the slippery nature of proof. He suggests that the most important things in life can't be proven, not because they're not real, but because cosmic law protects free will, by ensuring that no one can be forced to believe anything. Those who are absolutely certain something can't exist may never see proof that it does, while those who remain open might witness things that would make a skeptic's head spin. This involves what Cochran calls the law of protected confusion, ensuring that everyone gets to maintain their worldview until they're ready to upgrade. The feminine principle, finding balance before we need to find another planet. Cochran ends with a crucial observation about the need for balance between masculine and feminine energies. He describes how some indigenous tribes have women whose job is to tell the men to stop when their pursuit of self-interest threatens the survival of the whole community. In our current global situation, he suggests, we desperately need this feminine input, the voice that says stop to ecological destruction and ruthless profit maximization. It's like having a planetary mother who finally puts her foot down and says, "That's enough, young man." Without this balance, Cochran Riley suggests, we might need to start looking for another planet. The bottom line, time to fire up all your engine cylinders. The shift Cochran describes isn't just about individual awakening. It's about humanity collectively deciding to stop running on fumes and start accessing their full power. It's about recognizing that the veils that once kept people spiritually asleep are dissolving, and that those who choose to wake up will align themselves with a better future. The choice, as always, remains individual. People can continue running on 3 cylinders, wondering why life feels difficult, or they can do the work to bring their disabled cylinders back online and discover what they're truly capable of. What will it be? For more information on Bob Cochran's first book, Emerging Imaginal You, a time-traveling note to self from the corner of science and spirituality, or his second book, Hyperdimensional You, Surfing the Shift Toward Mastery, check out clever2wise.com, that's clever2wise.com, or on Facebook, #clever2wise. Feel free to also subscribe and like on Bob's YouTube channel, which can be located by way of the handle at clever2wise.